to get the opportunity now to introduce my favorite person on the planet. And, you know, in our business, we have a lot of people that lead with their heart. They show up with their heart before they even get to the room. They light everybody up before they even start to speak because they care so much. And as I mentioned before, my red hot smoking wife is my happy place, because when I think about her, it's just happy. Everything that comes out of her is happy. I'm making her blush right now. But I do highly recommend men, if you ever get on stage, you take the opportunity to recognize your wife. It's very important. But the thing that she's going to talk about, and she's going to bring a panel up on why people said yes to Juice Plus, why people said yes to this company, and the transformation it made in their lives. I know it made an unbelievable transformation in our life, and we feel so grateful. So literally gratitude every day that we get to do what we do. And I just appreciate her so much. Jennifer Meyers.
Are you guys excited? I'm so excited. I don't think we're going to use those chairs. Okay, you guys, we're going to talk for this panel about why we said yes, why people said yes. And I'll tell you, you know, our journey goes back 34 years. 34 years ago, Sean and I were 23 and 24 years old, just had graduated from the University of Kansas. Business degrees, go Jayhawks. And then we backpacked around the world for a year because we like adventures, and we came back and we were broke, penniless, didn't have a job, and somebody thought enough of us to share this business. And Sean was skeptical, very skeptical, negative, but I saw a way to make a couple $100 a month, you know, sharing a product. And I said yes to that. That's why I said yes, $200 a month. That's what we were going for. And you guys, what I want you to get is that people say yes for all kinds of reasons in this business. Some it's financial, some it's community. It might be the mission. How many people here it's the mission? A lot. As a matter of fact, in the chat, I want you to put one word why you said yes. One word that sums up why you said yes in the chat. It's amazing the different reasons that people do this, right? Look at that. Oh my gosh. Health, logical, research, mission, ministry, hope, money. So you guys, don't prejudge. Don't prejudge people, because you just never know what their yes is going to be about. And it doesn't take a special education. It doesn't take a special background, thank goodness, because I don't think we would have been really at the top of your list at that time. But this business has brought growth. And that's what happens. People grow through this business. So we've got a couple of kids. And because we said yes, we have been able to be the parents we want to be. We have been very present through their school, through their sports, all the traveling, all the tournaments, right? Flexibility, freedom, travel. We've traveled to, I think, about 80 countries now around the world. We've lived on sailboats twice because of this business, because of the freedom and the flexibility here. So you just never know what this yes could lead to. I never would have dreamt that it would be a career. When I signed that paper all those years ago, never could have dreamt it up. So let's hear from some others now. We have a panel of one, one live, two virtual. So I want to introduce to you right now my dear friend, Jamie Kenzie from Kansas City. She's a rock star. Jamie's a PMD with the company, and she is inspiring people online, in person. She's awesome. Share with us, Jamie, why you said yes and a little bit about your story.
Well, it's an honor to be on here. I need to give a shout out to my hometown of Washington, Missouri with Team Wildfire, Team Strong, and Team Hope. So thank you for plugging in, you guys. I've actually been thinking about this question a lot about why I said yes, because I really enjoy being on social media and putting myself out there that way, but I found myself quiet in certain seasons, and I don't know if you can relate to that or not. So please type in the chat if you want to be on social media, but you've kind of held yourself back for some reasons. My why has really, it started when I was an infant. Like when you look at my baby book, my mom, for the very first 4 years of my life, I was in the hospital every year for the first 4 years with some kind of respiratory distress, pneumonia, croup. I was just a croup kiddo, and I thought that that was the genetic card I had been dealt. I fell in love with sports at a young age, realized by 4 or 5 years old that I had exercise-induced asthma, and by the age of 25, found myself in a healthcare profession, surprisingly, because I knew I wanted to help people with their health. And I'll get back to that in a second, but I found myself also on 8 different prescription medications, and I worried because my primary setting as a therapist was the nursing home setting. And I love working with older people, but as a 20-something-year-old, it was really challenging every day to go to a place that most people don't want to spend the rest of their life. And so I got real committed in my 20s, which was odd, to take care of my health. And I knew how I took care of myself in my 20s, 30s, and 40s would be the kind of quality of life that I would have then in my 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. And so I had a coworker who introduced me to the Juice Plus product. She wasn't somebody who was a representative. She was a customer who had a great story, who met somebody at a booth, didn't even know who her representative was, and just kept getting it in the mail. And she shared her story with me, how Juice Plus helped her to change her eating habits and then also helped her to get off medications for asthma and allergy. I immediately had never seen a video, had never seen, sorry, back then, a DVD or a CD or a cassette tape. I just heard her story and I immediately wanted what she had. And though she didn't know where to get it because this person never followed up with her. So please take care of your customers. And so what happened, she was so sweet. She gifted me 2 bottles of hers the next time she got a shipment because PS, it wasn't cool to put your credit card online 20 years ago. So here I am with this product, but I hear her story and it was about, like Jeff talked about, that consistency over time, that she had results. And so I knew that I was already committed from day one. Like I want to take this for a year like she did to see what it will do for me. And so my sister had been out at a bar with a girlfriend of hers who's a nurse. And that nurse said to my sister, hey, I think I found something that could help your asthma and your allergies. And so my sister called me making fun of this friend. Brandy's trying to sell me on some stuff called Juice Plus. And I said, I've heard of it. I think I want to get on it. So I picked up the phone to call Brandy, really just to order Juice Plus. Brandy was smart enough, and I hope you guys hear this, to say to me, Jamie, you have a big family. You love helping people. You're in the health profession. Not that you have to be, but you love helping people. Doesn't it make sense to offset your cost? And what Brandy didn't know is that while I love helping people and I found myself in the medical system, it was somebody else's, like, you get your degree, check. Like, that's what your parents tell you. You go to high school, you get your degree. You go to college, you get your degree. And now I'm in this corporate career and I'm like, what do we do? Like, there was no up for me. Like, there was no growth. I've learned because of this business, I strive having something to work towards. And so in my profession, I felt stuck. I was only 2 years in as an occupational therapist, and I was already like in this hamster wheel of trading time for dollars. And I knew that I wanted to be a mom. I'm in the middle of 5 girls, and I knew I wanted to be able to have my own kids. And my mom stayed home until we were in school. And I wanted that too. I wanted to be able to be present. I have a huge mentor in Juice Plus, Christine Abro, who said the way kids spell love is Time. And I wanted to be present with my kids. And so when Brandy invited me in, doesn't it make sense to offset your cost? I had never heard of this kind of industry, but it gave me hope for the first time. Maybe this could be the vehicle that moved me forward and allowed me to have this time with these future kids, right, that I didn't have yet. When I started, I wasn't yet married. So I have been able to go from full-time to part-time with my career. That was my goal. You don't have to do that. I was able to go from part-time to PRN. I was able to go to PRN just to be that work from home mama, present with my kids who now are going to be a junior, a freshman, and in sixth grade. So they've been with Juice Plus from womb till now. So I've been able to do so much.
So much. And her team, Jamie's team, was the youngest 100 club in the United States, which is awesome. Okay, next we're gonna speed it up here and we're gonna go out to the awesome Arnold Brown. Arnold, are you there? Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Arnold, really quickly, share with us your quick story and why you said yes.
Yes, absolutely. Well, firstly, Jennifer, I have to say, during the 2020 pandemic, feeling unhappy about my weight, I embarked on a self-improvement journey. Over 18 weeks, I dropped 63 pounds. Though pleased with the outcome, I recognized that lasting change required a lifestyle shift. Initially, trying keto, I faced challenges due to its impact on the body and lack of fiber in meat. This realization prompted me to seek to integrate more plant-based foods in my diet. On August of 2021, I met Patrick Van Ducey, where he shared Juice Plus with me. I was immediately intrigued and began to take the product. But not too long after that, Patrick invited me to a wine and wellness at Carrie Davis' home. I had past experiences with network marketing before and without any results, so I was a bit skeptical. But as I began to spend more time around this community, I said yes to the business opportunity. It was free to join during the Blitz. Plus, I can get a discount on a product. So why not take it? I wasn't serious in the beginning, so I was a big skeptic. I speak multiple languages: Spanish, Portuguese, and Mandarin Chinese. I'm a Spanish teacher. And right around that time, I said yes to Juice Plus. To my dismay, there was a change of events that I had no control over, where I had to leave the school that I loved. It was right then that I realized that if I'm going to fulfill my purpose, I must be free. I have a desire to make a difference, to serve and be a positive influence. And as I began to move in faith and take action, sharing Juice Plus every opportunity I had, I made sales coordinator in 4 months and QSSC in 8 months. So Jennifer, why did I say yes? It is because I must fulfill my purpose. Never again will I have an employer telling me how to serve. I know my call and I have no limits.
Woo! That is awesome. Arnold, you're awesome. Thanks for being here. Okay, and next we're going to hear from the beautiful Emily Naughton. She is out in Missouri also. Yeah. And Emily is a brand new mama. So she has videoed for us her story and why she said yes.
Hello, Level Up. I'm so excited to join you all virtually today because we just gave birth to our first Juice Plus baby, and this business has been so life-changing. So I wanted to be able to share my story with you today. I said yes to this business at 20 years old while studying marketing and advertising in college. And after dipping my toes in for about a year, I like to say that I said yes again and decided to hire myself after graduating and jump all into this business. My mentors asked me a really smart question from the beginning, and I think it's a question you could ask yourself too. And it's, where do I want to be in 5 to 10 years? At 21, I love that I can make an impact and income from my phone and not go clock into a 9 to 5, because designing my own days was truly the goal. But I knew that there were going to be temporary sacrifices. I leaned on my mentors, the resources, and the events, just like this one today, and I went to work. Of course, there were naysayers and moments of doubt along the way, but it was truly my vision that kept me going. There were 3 things that I had to build my belief in. Number 1, I had to build belief in myself and my mindset. Number 2, I had to build belief in the Juice Plus product and the Juice Plus business. And number 3, I had to build belief in this industry. Keeping a long-term vision was so key. So of course, every bit of building this business has been so worth it. Our team achieved QNMD in 2 years and NMD in 7 years, and I feel like I'm just getting started. So now here I am walking to this new chapter of life that I get to be fully present in. I'm 30, married, and we just had our first baby. And it really brings me all back to why I said yes. It brings me back to why I was willing to jump in and figure it out along the way. I worked hard so that I could be present for my family and prioritize what mattered most to me during all seasons of life, which has been such a gift. So Jennifer, I know you wanted me to share kind of how I'm attracting others to say yes to my team and what that looks like. So I am intentionally building my team with young moms and moms to be. So I want you guys to think about whatever season of life you're in. Who are you connecting with the most? I do a lot of my business on social media, so I like to identify people that I would love to partner with and do life with. So for example, I look to connect with moms and mamas to be who are interested in healthy living and wanting more time with their kids and their family. I create folders on Instagram to kind of keep all of this organized, where I can bookmark and save profiles with like-minded mamas that I connect with. So you can bookmark any post. In the bottom right-hand corner on Instagram, you'll see a little bookmark logo, and you can actually create folders and organize different folders this way. So I like to make folders for my dream team so I can keep track of who I stay connected with. And I want you to remember that this business is all about relationships. You cannot automate that. Building relationships takes time. This is just a fun and simple way to help me stay organized. So there are so many different ways to create your dream team list. My advice to you is to find a system that works for you and do that. And I want to remind you to keep your 5-year vision clear. The things you're doing right now, today, this week, is what is going to feed what your future will look like. And it all starts with intention and action from this level up event. So thank you for allowing me to share. Bye, guys.
Oh, I love that. So awesome. Okay, you heard several things here, and I just want to call back Arnold real fast because we talked about just all the different ways that people can share in this business. And I know Emily and Jamie, you share a lot on social media. You just heard how intentional Emily is about finding people and bookmarking them. And Arnold, I know when we talked, it was so much fun to hear you and how you have conversations. So real quickly, can you just run through how you do that so effectively?
Absolutely. All right. So when I'm aware of people's pain points, health concerns, or desires, I give them a call, especially when they come to my mind. And one powerful tactic I like to use is to lead with yes or no questions. When I call that person who's on my mind, we greet each other, and then I recall a previous matter that may be a pain point, health concern, or desire. I then say that there is something I've come across that they may be interested in and ask if I can share. If it's not a good time, I will schedule another time to share. I want that person to hear my voice so that they can feel how much I care. If they want to know more, I share the power of Juice Plus and how the benefits provided by our amazing scientific research can help with their concerns. Then I conclude recalling the seriousness of their concern and ask if they would be interested in taking a look at more information. Sometimes, depending on the conversation, I may even ask if they would like to get started. Before I end the call, I have either a yes or a no on moving forward. If they want more information, I send an informative email, be it a video or a document, along with a specific follow-up date and time to know their thoughts. But if they're ready to get started right then, I help them complete their Juice Plus order right over the phone.
I love it. I love it. I hope you guys heard, find the pain points. It's all about bringing value to people in their lives. All right. So how can we help them? How can we be the guide, the light post? How can we shine the light on their path? Right. So what we want to do is challenge you guys to get intentional right now. How many people could you come up with to add to your dream team? Okay, now there is a sheet and it's called the Dream Team Profile. If you have never used that before, for you to write down 5 names right now of who you want to share this business with. Who needs to hear this, you guys? The world needs us. Your friends need you. People need us to show up. So how do you use that sheet real quickly?
Well, some of you may be like terrified right now that somebody's going to make you do something with that piece of paper. And you're like, I'm not writing a name down. I want to encourage you to write a name down. This exercise, you took the time to be here today. Take this time to let people who come to your heart and your mind, like Arnold said, just write them down. You don't have to do anything with it. I'm more, and actually Jennifer, we're both more of an introverted personality, believe it or not. And so I want you to look at that list when you write it down. What did you like, love, respect about that person? Why did you write their name down in the first place? And then like, where are you at relationally with them? There's people who it's easy for me. We're tight like that. I can pick up the phone or send them a message and say, hey, I want you to take a look at what I'm doing. You know, would you be open to it? I really think what's going on, what I heard this weekend would be a benefit to you and your family. And really think through what's in it for them and create that language so that they know what the benefit is for them. But if there's people who are on the fringe, like maybe I don't want to bring up the business, maybe I need to introduce the product, maybe I just need to like rekindle a relationship or begin a new relationship with somebody. You know, I'm in a new area, so there's all kinds of new people and parents I'd love to grab coffee with. So write those people down and find what is the next right step for you. Maybe it's just engaging in their social media posts, but taking those steps, whatever is in your stretch zone that won't freeze you, do those and you guys are going to have significant success.
Absolutely. So stretch yourself, you guys. I'm talking to you, every one of you. Stretch yourself and get some names down. And I want you to put in the chat a name of one person that you're going to reach out to today and be their solution, right? What can you do? How can you help that person? You know them. They might be on your chicken list. Just do it. All right. All right. That's what we got for you today, you guys. Let's rock it and invite people in. And we'll do it again.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And do it. And do it. Let's do it.
Okay. Let me hear from you guys. Was that not, was it just me or did that get you fired up just listening to that? Am I the only one? Anybody else? All right. I don't know about y'all, but I started writing names. People started coming to mind, people who I need to talk to about inviting them into the business. And I started thinking of ways that I wanted to reach out to them. So who else has at least one name written down once they heard that? All right. How many people have 2 names? How about 3? All right, let's take, we're not, our time's not up yet. So let's just take about a minute. We'll just take a minute. And I want everyone to get at least 5 names of people that you're going to connect with this week. Not only do I want you to write a name, but I want you to write out from that name how you're going to connect with them. So, all right, let's take 1 minute and go. 5 names that you want to invite into the business. And then how are you going to connect with them? And then, and I love, thank you guys, for those of you who've written in the notes why you joined the Juice Plus business. So after we do the exercise, then I want to hear from everyone what brought you into the business. And if you've been doing the Crown Jewel Challenge, you should have a lot of names already at your fingertips that you can pull from. Okay. I've got my 5. There are 2 that I've written down that we have Dr. David Phillips coming on Saturday to the Atlanta area. And so I've got 2 on my list that I'm going to invite to that event that I would love to turn into partners. So those are 2 for me. Another one is somebody I met while my mom was in physical therapy, getting physical therapy. It's a therapist. I'm gonna ask to take her to dinner. And then one is my nephew, who I just got started on Juice Plus, everything Juice Plus has to offer. He and his wife are running a marathon, and I've been dripping on him, and I'm gonna drip some more. And then I have a long-time friend who lives in West Virginia that I've been talking to her about joining. So I'm going to follow up with all those people. Let me hear. Who else? Someone give me their 5, and how are you going to connect with them? I got all day, folks. Karen.
Yeah, one is my niece, and I'm going to text her today. She's a nurse, so I can't call her direct. Another is a raving fan customer. I gave her some omegas because she was having a problem with her eyes. So I'm following up with her. Then one